Hey guys, so I just had a pretty profitable and a good trade on USD CHF. I wasn't able to get in. I wasn't able to get in and record it as I was taking the trade. That's one of the pitfalls of trading at work. But I wanted to give a recap of why I took the trade and how it played out and how I decided to get into the trade. Because a lot of people ask me, what are your indicators? Like, how do you decide? It's a little more complicated than that, especially with Forex. There's a lot that goes into it. So, to start, you can see that we're here on the USD CHF 15-minute chart. It wasn't a long trade, so I didn't want to do long-term analysis. I was looking for 45 minutes to an hour. So when I started looking at this pair, I was anticipating move. I was anticipating a move up. So I started looking here when it was kind of consolidating around this 200 moving average. So I started looking here, and on this little touch here, that's when I drew my trend line, because what I was expecting or hoping to see was a nice little pop off of it and to bounce above this 200. But as luck would have it, the price tanked down below. So one of the things that I like to look for is once a trend line, and I guess this isn't really a trend line because it hasn't had enough touches to establish itself yet, but for me at least, it's enough to determine momentum and direction. So once it's broken, I'm often looking for it to be retested. So you can see price breaks below. That's not really a retest. It doesn't get close enough. Drops down, makes a nice little higher low here, and then shoots right back up. And where does it shoot up to? It shoots right up to our trend line, quote unquote. From there, it's a nice, you can see it's a strong move down. So once I see it bounce off of this trend line, what am I looking for? Well, to get in, the first thing that I always look for is support and resistance. I love it. I'm a support and resistance trader. That's how I made a lot of my money. So that's exactly what I plotted out, was a strong support level, and it's now broken, so it turned resistance level. Now it was broken, and it shot, in this strong move up to the trend line. But in the process, and let me zoom out, maybe get a better view. In the process, it started to form one of the few actual candlestick patterns that I like to trade, and that's a little head and shoulders. So you can see little shoulder, drive down, a head, drive down, and so what I'd be expecting is a trip back up to the neckline, which is that right there, which is that support level, which is that head and shoulders pattern forming. And as luck would have it, that support level, that resistance level now, falls right directly in between the 200 moving average, which is this blue line, and the 50 moving average, which is crossed below. So that tells me where momentum wants to go. It tells me where price wants to go. Now, I'm not trying to predict where it's going to go. I'm trying to capitalize on where price is telling me that it wants to go. So how am I going to determine my entry? How am I going to determine my strike? So I'm going to take this right here, and from this strong move, from swing high down to swing low, I'm going to plot. And I would be looking for a reversal pattern anywhere in between this 50 and 61.8 retracement. Now what we get is a nice move back up to the 200 or to the 50 moving average, spikes a little bit above, and shoots just a few ticks past our 61.8 or 61.8% retracement. So with the strikes available to me, I'm comfortable. I have a lot of soldiers in my favor here. I have a lot of things going in my favor. I have downward momentum. I have a few levels of strong resistance, true resistance here, a fib level here, and we're currently at a 50 moving average, which it tends to respect, just not, to the tick. So with that, I was able to find a strike that I liked, and that was .9939, I believe. Let's see. Yep, .9939 for an 11 a.m. expiry. So where does that put me? Where's that price look on our chart? Let's plot it and then adjust, because I don't think I'm going to get it exact. 9939. Let's make that a little bigger so that you can see. So that's my strike price. And I entered on this nice little spike here. And you can see right from there, it's just a downward move for about 45 minutes. It's a good, strong downward move. We get some retracement here back up to that 50 moving average, but as long as I don't see it close above that average and close above this previous candle's body, then I'm confident. And so from there, it tanks. It doesn't take much, right? People look at it and say, well, how can that profit so much? Well, when you're trading with Nadex, I mean, it's price moves fast, especially with stuff that's close to at the money, and I don't advocate trading at the money. This was a little bit in the money, but it wasn't as in the money as I normally would trade. And what did this net me here? That little move, you can see that I exited with 18 minutes, almost 19 minutes left. And that little move there was a $465 profit. So to make one trade, that's the thought that goes into it. That's the analysis, and that's the let the trade come to you mentality. I hope this helps.